Yo yo yo, the rap game just got real. Drake is suing his own label, Universal Music Group or UMG. Why? He's coming after them hard over Kendrick Lamar's diss track Not Like Us. Drake says the song went too far. He's claiming defamation. He wants UMG to pay up for spreading those rhymes. This is huge. Can a rapper sue over a diss track? We're about to find out. Drake is putting his money where his mouth is. He's tired of the music industry playing games. He feels like UMG threw him under the bus. They profited off Kendrick's track while Drake's name got dragged through the mud. It's a classic case of an artist fighting back against the machine. This lawsuit is sending shockwaves through the hip-hop world. It's got everybody talking. Is this the end of diss tracks as we know them? Will rappers have to watch their words more carefully? Or is this just Drake being extra sensitive? One thing's for sure, this is about to get messy. Stay tuned, y'all. This is just the beginning. Things are about to get really interesting. So what exactly is Drake so upset about? Well, he says Kendrick's track Not Like Us crossed the line. He claims it's full of lies and slander. Drake feels like Kendrick was trying to ruin his reputation, and he's blaming UMG for letting it happen. Drake's lawyers are arguing that UMG knew, or should have known, that the song contained false and defamatory statements. They're saying that UMG put profits before people. They didn't care about protecting their artist, Drake. They just wanted to cash in on the controversy. Drake's team is alleging that UMG actively promoted and distributed the song, even though they knew it was damaging to Drake's reputation. They're claiming that UMG's actions were negligent and reckless, and they're demanding that UMG pay up for the harm they've caused. This is a big deal, folks. If Drake wins this case, it could change the game for the music industry. It could set a precedent for artists to sue over diss tracks, and it could make labels think twice about promoting songs that could be considered defamatory. UMG ain't backing down though, they're coming out swinging. They're saying Drake's lawsuit is ridiculous. They're calling it a frivolous attempt to silence Kendrick and stifle artistic expression. UMG's lawyers are arguing that diss tracks are a part of hip-hop culture. They're protected by the First Amendment. UMG is basically saying that Drake is a big boy. He's been in the rap game long enough to know how it works. Diss tracks are par for the course. If you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. UMG's lawyers are pointing out that Drake has dissed plenty of people in his own songs. He can't dish it out if he can't take it. They're also arguing that the lyrics in Not Like Us are protected by artistic license. They're saying that Kendrick's words are open to interpretation. They're not meant to be taken literally. It's all part of the show. UMG is basically telling Drake to lighten up and stop being so sensitive. This is a classic case of freedom of speech versus defamation. It's a tough call. Where do you draw the line? Can a rapper say anything they want in a song, or are there limits? The courts are going to have to decide. Diss tracks are nothing new in hip-hop. They've been around since the beginning. It's how rappers settle their differences. It's how they earn respect. It's all part of the game. From Biggie and Tupac to Jay-Z and Nas, diss tracks have always been a part of hip-hop culture. They're like verbal boxing matches. Rappers trade insults and try to outdo each other with their rhymes. It's all in good fun for the most part, but sometimes, things can get out of hand. Lines get crossed, feelings get hurt, and that's when the lawyers get involved. Diss tracks are a form of storytelling. They're a way for rappers to express their frustrations, their anger, their triumphs. They're a reflection of the streets. They're raw, they're real, and they're often controversial. But that's what makes them so compelling. Drake's lawsuit against UMG is raising some serious questions about the future of diss tracks. Will rappers be afraid to speak their minds? Will labels start censoring their artists, or will hip-hop find a way to adapt? Only time will tell. Free speech smackdown. Can Drake silence Kendrick? This case is about more than just Drake and Kendrick. It's about the First Amendment. It's about freedom of speech. It's about the right to express yourself, even if it offends someone. UMG is arguing that Drake is trying to stifle Kendrick's free speech. They're saying that he's trying to censor an artist for expressing himself. They're arguing that if Drake wins this case, it will set a dangerous precedent. It will have a chilling effect on free speech. Rappers will be afraid to speak their minds. Labels will be afraid to release controversial music, and hip-hop will suffer as a result. This is a complex issue with no easy answers. On the one hand, everyone has the right to free speech. On the other hand, no one has the right to spread lies and defame someone's character. Where do you draw the line? That's what the courts are going to have to decide. This case is a reminder that freedom of speech is not absolute. There are limits, and those limits are constantly being tested. It's a delicate balance, and it's one that we need to be very careful not to upset. Lawyers duke it out, the legal arguments. This is where it gets technical, folks. Drake's legal team is bringing the heat. They're accusing UMG of negligence, defamation, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. They're saying that UMG had a duty to protect Drake from harm, and they failed to do so. UMG's lawyers are firing back. They're arguing that Drake's claims are baseless. They're saying that he's misinterpreting the law and trying to silence artistic expression. They're confident that the judge will see through Drake's arguments and dismiss the case. Both sides are bringing out the big guns. They're citing legal precedents, quoting case law, and arguing their hearts out. It's a battle of the legal minds, and only one side can win. The judge is going to have a tough decision to make. This is a complex case with far-reaching implications. The outcome could have a major impact on the music industry and the future of free speech. The stakes are high. What happens if Drake wins? If Drake wins this lawsuit, it could change the game for the music industry. It could open the floodgates for artists to sue over diss tracks. Labels could be held liable for the content of the music they release. It could have a chilling effect on free speech. Rappers might think twice before dissing each other. Labels might be more cautious about promoting controversial songs. The whole landscape of hip-hop could change. Of course, UMG is going to fight tooth and nail to prevent that from happening. They're going to argue that this case is a threat to artistic freedom. They're going to say that it sets a dangerous precedent, and they're going to do everything in their power to win. The stakes are high, folks. This is about more than just money. It's about the future of hip-hop. It's about the First Amendment. It's about the right to express yourself freely. This is a case that everyone should be paying attention to.